Hey friends, just a heads up. In this show, we touch on mental health and some other heavier topics. Nothing too intense, but we want you to take care of yourself and those who may be listening with you. Also, all opinions are our own and not affiliated with 21 Pilots in any way. Listen with care, and thanks for being here.
Maybe we should change this music because we'd start laughing every time.
It's just so peppy.
Yeah, I either think of the fire level at the end of Mario or just like
So
something popping in and out.
We were, what are those?
Whack-a-mole?
Yeah, we were like whack-a-moles. Just
Yeah.
Woo.
Well, this is not Nintendo talk. This is Clique Bait. Welcome back, or welcome to. Thanks for being here, everybody.
Yeah. Hello.
We are a 21 Pilots podcast, in case you haven't figured that out yet, based on the music. And
It could be the first episode, I guess.
Yeah, sure. And if it is, welcome. You're in for it.
And if it is, go back. We have
several others.
How many more?
9 others, because this is episode 10. We're 10, you guys.
We're 10.
And I think that's something that should be celebrated, since we are, we're not going to go all like blurry face 10th anniversary with all kinds of hoodies and
I got all the merch ready.
Albums and a tribute. We're not going to have a tribute album or anything. I don't think we've earned that.
We're not going to find other people to do our episodes over for us in the way that they feel they should do them.
We probably shouldn't do that because they might be better.
I was going to say.
Yeah. But we're 10, and that's pretty good for, 2 full-time working parents. I think it's 10 weeks of content and stuff that we're doing, 10 weeks of editing.
10 weeks? It feels like we've been doing this longer than 10 weeks.
Well, we've been living the 21 Pilots life for longer, but the show's only been 10 weeks. So we're 10. Thank you, everyone, for keeping us going, because we wouldn't do it without all of you. What's the point?
I know.
No one's paying us to do this.
I should have written it on my hands.
What?
And people go to the shows and they put 10th show.
Oh, yeah.
On the hands.
Well, we can pretend that it's there. So, shall we jump right into it?
Absolutely.
Guys, boys, the band, Josh, Tyler, Jenna, Debbie, Rosie, anybody, do something. Somebody do
Rosie
something.
Doesn't have social media.
I'm not even talking about that. Do something, anything. Let us know you're alive and well.
Well, guess what?
Something happened today.
They did something, I think.
Yeah. Did they?
I think.
Are they even big TikTokers?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, let's tell them what they did.
So, they unpinned their video for the contract.
From TikTok.
Yeah.
But not from Instagram.
It's still on Instagram, pinned, but it's not on TikTok.
And I feel like out of all the socials, they're Instagram and Twitter people. And you can't pin on Twitter. You actually can pin on Twitter.
Can you?
Yeah.
I didn't think you could.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have anything pinned then.
Oh,
there's no pins on Twitter. But because when I go look at the page, it's not like a grid like you see with Instagram and TikTok where you could see where the pinned videos would be.
Yeah, I think if you go right to their profile,
I did.
It says pinned next to it.
Whatever. Anyway, I think I'm thinking maybe we're going to get our first something. Maybe they're telling us it's going to be on TikTok.
Maybe.
Or maybe it was a complete mistake and whoever handles the TikTok accidentally.
Well, please do something. Anything.
But it's got everybody a buzz for a couple minutes, and that's kind of fun. Getting excited and
do you think Debbie or Jenna's pregnant?
No.
Like, what's with the silence? What's going on?
I think they're just taking a break. They need one.
Okay, but how do you take a break when you have a tour in 3 months and we have one song? Like, we have to learn this.
I know.
We have to learn it. They have to learn it for the show. Maybe they're rehearsing it. I don't know. But
maybe they're learning.
How are we to sing along?
We talked about this the other day. Maybe they're doing all the videos.
I don't care.
And like you said.
Listen, I don't care what they're doing. We need to learn the words.
Can I finish?
It's not the same experience. We're not singing along.
May I please finish?
Yes, please.
We had this discussion the other day. Perhaps they're filming the videos. And like you said with the contract, it seems very cinematic, very, polished and produced. So maybe we're not going to get videos like Midwest Indigo and Lavish where we're driving around our city. Right?
I think you brought up a good point that we feel like people would have posted by now.
Right.
Hey,
and
I saw them
we
doing
said
this
that.
or whatever.
I said that.
Yeah.
And then you said very wisely and intelligently,
Eloquently, I might add,
that if it's going to be like the contract, then they would be in a studio and nobody would know that they're doing this.
Yeah, and if all the songs on this album
that.
are...
I like that idea.
Lore heavy and lore ending storytelling, epic battle, they would be in that. How do you go film that out in the middle of a field? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes. I would just like to point out that people are like, oh, we're not going to get any singles. They're just going to drop the album. Evie today, Softest Bandito, said, wouldn't it be hilarious if they don't give us any more singles? They just drop like one big long movie about like all the lore. But I want to point out that in their release of the contract, it says the first single.
Yeah, I know.
So we're gonna get
listen,
more.
I know what everything says.
We're at least going to get one more.
But these guys have been known to lie before. So I know I know what everything says, but they've been known to bend the truth and mess with us. So I don't know.
I don't know. I think we're going to get one. I think the thing happening today was either a mistake a little bit early or a little bit of stirrings of things to come. I'm feeling like in the next couple of days, possibly this week, we're going to be getting something. The contract is officially over a month old now. It is the longest space between any of their single releases that they've done. So I feel it.
Oh,
I feel
you know
coming.
what I just thought of? I don't even know if this is a thing because I've never pinned anything on TikTok, but I wonder if they had it set for like a 1 month limit.
Oh,
and so it just shut itself off automatically.
I don't know. That would be interesting, but
I feel like this is too subtle of a hint for them. Like they do little tricky things, but this is like borderline. You got to be a really big sleuth, which people are. I saw all over Twitter. Oh my God, they unpinned it as soon as it was unpinned. So, I mean, people do pay attention to the finest little details. Hey, do you know what today is as we record this?
No.
It's our son's birthday and we don't care.
And we don't care. Neither does Tyler.
No, he doesn't.
He does not
This
care.
episode's going out to everyone who doesn't have a birthday today.
Yes, this episode is dedicated to all those of you who are not celebrating your birthday today.
Exactly. Well, do we still think the contract is the first song on the album? We've said it doesn't sound like an opener.
That's what they said. To me, it does not sound like an opener. To me, it sounds like a 2 or a 3.
But well, I have a question for you.
Sure.
And this is one that pops up online a lot. What do you think is their best opener for a show and or an album? Since they're usually one and the same.
Gosh.
Should we go through what they've had before?
Yeah, we should actually. Because I have to think about this. And let's be very, open and honest and let them know that we've only seen them in 2 tours, technically you for 3.
But it was the same opener. Yeah.
It was the same opener.
Yeah.
So we did not get to experience all of these other songs as openers, but I'm going to put on my biggest imaginative hat and try to figure out what that might be like.
Well, you wrote this list. Do you want to go through them?
Sure, I'll do it. So I had no idea, but in 2012, they did the Mostly November tour.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. It had a cool
poster.
November?
Was it in November?
I think so.
Only
I
November?
think it started in November.
Oh, okay.
Don't know what it was called.
Maybe that's when
Mostly
most of the
November.
dates were.
It was their first headlining tour, so they did do like festivals and stuff before. Remember that? What was it? Regional at Best was in 2011, I believe.
Yeah.
Or was it Salt?
No, it was
Regional at Best.
Yeah.
It was released in 2011, so this was like a celebration of that album. So their opener for that was Lovely. I think that would be lovely.
That would be.
I would absolutely love that. I love that song.
Yeah, it's good. It's cute.
I think that would be, it's not cute.
It sounds cute to me.
Cool.
I don't know. It's nice. Like it's a good song.
I think that would be cool. That would be a good way to open. Especially like if I'm thinking about all the Regional at Best songs, I think that one would be the best opener. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you had like Guns for Hands on there, which we'll get to in a second, was an opener.
Right.
And yeah, I guess out of all of those, that would make sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's one of the peppiest ones that they have.
Yeah.
And you really want to get the energy going for the opener.
Yeah.
So
I can see that.
All right. So then we had 2014, they did the Quiet is Violent tour. And they opened with Guns for Hands. Okay. I'm going to say Guns for Hands is my favorite song of theirs. It's not an opener.
No.
I love it. 100%. It's my favorite. However, I feel like it's a good song. And, you know, we do get like super excited in the middle when we turn our guns to a fist, but I feel like we need more energy in the beginning, more like build up and more excitement.
Which I don't, I'll save this for a minute. But
okay. 2015 Blurry Face Tour. They opened with Heavy Dirty Soul. That I think would be a great opener.
That's an opener, yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Really good energy, getting everybody excited. Emotional Roadshow Tour in 2016. They started with Fairly Local into Heavy Dirty Soul, which I think would also be really cool.
Yeah,
I think the opening sequence of Fairly Local is like a good, I don't know what it looked like, so I'm just speculating here, but it would have some good visuals behind them and stuff.
Yeah, good lighting and stuff. Yeah.
I think that would be amazing. Bandito Tour in 2018. They had Jumpsuit with the Heavy Dirty Soul opening. Again, Jumpsuit, super high energy, really great visuals. I think the way that they used it in Clancy Tour when they came back from Burning Dima and everything, and the video up there, and how it was almost like it opened like the second half of the show, which was really cool.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of it that way. Yeah.
So that was neat. Takeover Tour 2021. So they did small venues, they did medium-sized venues, and then they did large venues all within the same town or city, right? Is that what Takeover Tour is about?
Yes.
Okay, so that was in 2021. In the small venues, they opened with Ode to Sleep. In the larger ones, they opened with Good Day and No Chances.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So now it leads us to the Icy Tour, which we got to see in 2022. We had Good Day, No Chances. I think that was like amazing.
It was awesome. Yeah. I missed the actual opening of the Takeover Tour when I was there. And so I don't know if they came out of the door with the snow and everything.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
But yeah, the way they did that with the video and it was great.
Super cool.
Yeah, it was good.
And then Good Day is like such a happy,
it's a bop for sure. Yeah.
I will say of all of the album openers, I think that one has the best to give you the vibe of the album for sure. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Then obviously we know Clancy 2024, they opened with Overcompensate.
Incredible opener. That song's made to be a tour opener.
Made to be an opener. Yeah. 100%. So that being said, yeah, I mean, I feel like Good Day is a really good tour and album opener. I think that is why it's like number one on my list for now, because it's good for both. I don't know what else we have. What opened Trench? Jumpsuit?
Yes, Jumpsuit opened
is number one.
The album Trench, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I would feel the same about that one as well, I think.
Yeah.
So it'd be a tie for me there, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm torn between Good Day as well and Overcompensate. I mean, Overcompensate visually is just incredible.
It's perfect.
And I remember the first time hearing that song and I was like, wow, this is great. And I like how it features Josh by himself a little bit.
Yeah.
But Good Day, like the first time I saw that with both of them wearing masks and just the whole crowd singing, it was like electric from the start.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, wow, this crowd's into this. And like you said, it's kind of a bop and fun. So I'm tied between those, but Overcompensate's just incredible. Like, I'll miss that if that goes away.
I'm gonna maybe make people angry. Maybe I shouldn't say this. There's one thing that takes a couple of points away from Overcompensate for me as an opener.
What's that?
I really didn't like I loved how they dropped the curtain. Like that was the coolest thing in the universe. I thought it was awesome. And then you just see Josh just going crazy.
Yeah.
But they gotta get the guys out of there.
So I'm glad you brought that up.
That drove me insane. And I'm not a theater person, but I'm also like a very visual person. And that like totally ruined it for me. And like, I'm going to sound like such a brat right now, but like we got Barricade. And so that was like my dream come true. And I'm trying to film Josh like going crazy. And these guys are like in my face with the stupid.
Yeah.
I know. And everyone back there is like, oh, poor you with Barricade. Right. And I'm sorry. And I sound like a brat, but I'm not the only one. Some people have also said the same thing. Like, oh, the people in the middle were like, come on, get the thing and go faster. I
have a snooty, crappy thing to say about Barricade too, is that a cool part of that opening is the video and you can't see it from the Barricade.
You can't see, yeah.
So when we did see it without Barricade, it was cool to see that visual all come together. But just a little insider verbiage for you.
Oh, I like it.
That thing, that curtain is called a kabuki, one of my favorite words ever. And in the Takeover and Icy tour, they had a kabuki, but it shot up and no guys involved.
Amazing. Do it again.
Why didn't they do that?
Do it again.
It's so weird.
I feel bad because I know those guys work so hard and I love it, but
I wonder if it had something to do with the pyro that goes off right then too.
Teeny little points away, like a quarter of a point.
Yeah, it was weird. I didn't like that either. I loved in it was
not my fave.
The Icy tour when it went up and you just see Tyler standing there with his arms out. It was perfect.
It was so cool.
So I'm not sure why they did that. Maybe a budget cut or a pyro thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, look at us. We sound like such brats. We probably lost like so many listeners just now. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Those were my favorite openers out of all of those, I think. And hey, if you want to let us know what yours are, go to the socials at clickbait_pod and tell us. Maybe we'll post something about this. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the Department of Corrections. If you listened to last week's episode, which we hope you did, I don't know, around the 8-minute mark, maybe you might have heard like a splash, like toilet flushing or something. Listen, full disclosure, if you listened to the whole episode, you would have heard that splash later after we said we're doing the lore deep dive, like jump in, whoosh, splash.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not a professional editor. I have a real job. I do other things. This is just for fun. I made a mistake, okay? I put the sound effect. Tried to get cute with sound effects, and I put the sound effect in there and didn't realize. And full disclosure, I don't re-listen to the episode after editing, and I wait for it to come out and then listen to it in my car. So I'm driving along, just like all of you may have been, and hear this errant splash at 8 minutes and 14 seconds or whatever it was. I'm sorry. I didn't think it was bad enough or egregious enough to go in and change it and repost it because that messes with the algorithms and whatever. So you get an extra splash, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes. It was good. It was refreshing.
And then another mistake I made, I said, I was talking about Benson Boone, saying hi to the boys, and I said, dab me up. That is an old guy move. It's dap with a P, apparently.
I totally did not even. Did somebody tell you this? Because I did not even catch that.
No, when I was re-listening, I'm like, dab is something like if you're blotting like a stain on your shirt, you're dabbing it. You're dabbing your head when you're sweating.
Okay.
And that's not what it is. It's dap.
All right. Well, color me old because I didn't even faze me.
You know, when I said it, I'm like, that doesn't sound right. And so I went back and researched. Sure enough, I was wrong. It's dap with a P.
Oh.
That's when you're like, hey, bro, with the high five, bro hug kind of thing.
Gotcha.
That's a dap.
Got it.
My bad, everyone. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's quite all right.
And then you have one on here.
Yeah, it's not so much a correction, but when we were talking about the, what was it? Certifications that they received?
The colors of your rewards. Yeah.
Yes. I didn't know what the numbers were. So I went and did some research and found those out. So I'm just going to tell you real quick. To be gold certified, you have to have 500,000 units sold. And this is the catch. 1,500 streams equals 1 unit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Crazy.
Wow. We're not even at a unit yet.
No. And then 10 permanent track downloads is 1 unit. So if you're streaming out there, go download it. That helps them, apparently.
Yeah, except if you stream Clancy like 1,000 times a week,
you would literally have to stream it.
But if everyone did
times
that,
to equal one thing, whereas if you just downloaded it,
well, people must be doing that because they're doing okay,
right?
But, yeah, that's weird. So what's better, you downloading it because it's 5 less? I guess.
I guess it's not. I guess you're. Well, let's think of it that way. Now we're gonna have another correction to put for next week.
Yeah.
If you download it, then you have it and you're not streaming it, right?
Right. You can listen to it anywhere.
You can listen to it 1,000,000 times and it would still just be 1. Yes?
Right.
So maybe streaming would be better, I guess.
I don't know.
Whatever. All right. Platinum. To reach platinum, it is 1 million units sold. And then diamond is 10 million units. So that's how people become like multi-platinum because you can get all the way up to 10 before you move on to the next.
Yeah, it's interesting, the streaming versus download, because if you pay for a service like Spotify or Apple Music, you're just they're just there. Like you don't have to download them if you don't want to.
Right.
But in the old days with iTunes, you had to buy it for $1.29 or whatever, and then you buy it, you own it, you have it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know which one's better. I don't know how they make money. I have no idea.
I think buying the physical copy like monetarily is better for them. Because I think I heard they get like a 1/16 of a cent every time somebody downloads. Like it's something really silly.
Yeah.
When you download a
lucrative.
Song.
It doesn't sound lucrative anyway.
It doesn't help. So I think like monetarily, if you want to help them purchasing, I think what actually really helps them is like merch and tour tickets, to be honest. But
gotcha.
Monetarily with their music, I think you want to purchase the album as far as I know. I don't know. Well, we're doing really well because I think we have like 10 variants of the Clancy album back there.
Yeah, we're really helping out. We're doing
really
our part.
Helping. We're doing a great job.
Definitely doing our part.
Paying for braces in the future or something.
Yeah.
All right. TOP fans doing amazing things.
Amazing.
Usually I find these like on TikTok and Instagram and that kind of thing. But this time I was brought to it by somebody posting in one of the Facebook groups. And I thought this was really cool. So there's a pastor out there who is using 21 Pilots songs to bring the faith to his congregation.
Oh, I love that.
I think it's so really cool. So it's called The Gospel According to 21 Pilots. It's on YouTube.
Awesome.
You can go see them.
Awesome.
It's youtube.com/@makepeoplethink.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
he just uses songs. So like this one says in Chlorine, he hears about an ultimate cleaning agent, God's words. Huh. So like he takes a song.
Yeah, really make you think of it a different way.
Kind of relates it to the faith in some way. Okay. It says in Bandito. Oops, I just did the wrong thing. There we go. In Bandito, he envisions a description of a warrior for peace and light pitted against the darkness. So he kind of like takes the song and makes it a theme in his sermon. I think that's super great.
That is great. I love that. It's like that's what really we said with what's his name? Tyler Perry. Is that his name?
Tyler Perry, yeah.
The guy that made the Passion movie.
Oh,
but used like popular
where are we going
music.
With Tyler Perry.
And so like there's a Chris Daughtry song that we never heard it that way before. Thinking of it when you just hear it, but then in the context he put it in, it's like, wow, this has a lot of religious undertones and can be used for worship. It's crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, so his name's Justin Ulmer. Check him out on YouTube. I'm totally going to watch this. I think that'd be so fascinating. It looks like he's done a lot of the songs. We've got, he's done Lovely, Never Take It, The Craving, Fall Away, Jumpsuit, Redecorate, Nico and the Niners, Clear, Overcompensate, Next Semester, Vignette, Smithereens. Wow. There's like a ton.
Wow. I love
Navigating Saturday, Routines of the Night, and Backslide. So.
Yeah. And I think 21 Pilots is probably the closest you can get to a Christian alternative band without actually being a Christian alternative band. You know what I mean? If you really look into their songs and I think some of the themes they sing about, plus knowing their faith background, it kind of, I can see how you could do this. I like that.
But what's great about them is that it's there, but it's not like in your face, like worship music. Yeah. Which is great because it can appeal to a lot of other people.
Right.
It looks like also Instagram, it's 21pilots.gospel.
Gotcha. Love that.
On Instagram. Check it out. I think that's really cool.
Hey, speaking of other Tylers, I just mentioned Tyler Perry. I saw Tyler, the Creator, last week, and he's is good. It really makes you. I'm bringing this up because while watching the show, I see so many other artists now, and he's a rapper. If you don't know, I'm sure people listening know, but it's just one guy up there. But they do all these things with set pieces and production and video and effects that I really think 21 Pilots were the pioneers of, because it's just two guys. And you even mentioned, like, when you used to see boy bands or whatever, they just go up there and just play their songs and then they're done. There's no story being told. But this whole show had a story behind it and props and stuff, and it was cool.
That's really cool.
And so when I'm watching it, like, not only is it what I call smart rap, it's good lyrically. I mean, the themes everyone on this show would disagree with. And bad language and all those things that the boys don't support. But, it was a storytelling show like they do. And so it made me appreciate it that much more.
That's great.
All right. It's time for the lore deep dive.
Lore deep dive. Can we not have the splash?
Insert splash here. You don't want to do it anymore?
No, if you like it, you can do it.
No, we don't have to. I won't get cute.
Don't feel like having it in other parts of the episode.
Agreed. Well, I was going to write a note, put it here, but I won't.
You know what? Go for it. If you want to do your splash, do your splash.
Okay, insert splash here at 25 minutes. Will do.
Okay. Okay, so last week we talked about backup. We're going to be talking about the bishops for a couple of weeks this time. Last week we did Nico and Andre. This week I am going to talk about Keons first. So
okay.
We're going to go into Keons. If you have not listened to our episode last week with Nico and Andre, please go back and listen to it because it's super interesting. I am learning so much stuff I didn't know.
So am I. And we hope you are as well.
I hope so too.
Or if you know it, we hope it's like a refresher or a pleasant memory.
So I knew that the bishops all had like a piece of insecurity that they were representing. And I knew that they each had their own song on the album. Like I knew all of that. But what I didn't know is they have like a whole story. Like different pieces of this Dima puzzle. I guess I just thought they were like kind of background characters, but they're actually like important to the story, and I had no idea.
Yeah, it's almost like Tyler's written a book and then made music from the book. Like there's all this extra stuff.
Right.
It could be a movie, it could be a series. We could do a whole thing on this lore.
Oh yeah.
Visually.
Yeah, and as I'm doing research into these things, I'm like writing down the next like pieces of lore that I want to dive into because this stuff is fascinating.
You said dive again. Should I put a splash there?
Sure.
Just want to make sure.
All right. So this week we're going to be starting things off with Keons. His song is Heavy Dirty Soul and the lyric is Choke on Smoke. So his name is like right in the middle of those words there. And he represents fear and doubt and the fight for your individual freedom, not having to be like, not having to conform, I guess is what I want to say. But then there's also that fear there of, do I want to be like everybody else? Do I want to be different? You know?
This is why he's Clancy's bishop then. That makes sense. Because that's the things he struggles with. Tyler does, yes.
Yes. So he's said to be the most gracious of all the bishops. In a post on Dima.org, we're going to get into those someday because they are fascinating and totally crazy.
Yeah, we should do a whole episode on that.
We're going to do a whole thing. Clancy has this to say about him. So this is like a quote from a Clancy letter. Keons embodied the spirit of this dedication. Of Dima's 9 bishops, Keons was revered as unwavering and forthright, possessing the ability to achieve focus that was rare for most in our region. We all admired him and felt honored to be the inhabitants of his region. While we had heard the legend of the ruthlessness of other bishops, Keons possessed a stoic demeanor unlike anyone I had ever met, and we were all proud to serve.
Interesting.
Very interesting to me. It sounds like he actually has like the respect of the people in his region.
Yeah, he's got a following.
Which is interesting because we always see the bishops as like these scary, like controlling, creepy things.
Yeah.
But this actually sounds like he's very revered and respected by the people.
Yeah, he sounds like a leader
there. He sounds like a leader, right? So that was like shocking to me at first when I was reading all of these, like, oh, wow. Like I didn't realize that Clancy respected him so much.
And then he's the one that helped, right?
Well, we're going to get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
All right.
So from this, we learn that Keons actually has a heart in a way. Okay. And Clancy looks up to him a bit, kind of trusts him, actually. As Clancy's story goes on, we learn that he escapes. So, you know, jumpsuit, levitate, heavy dirty soul. He escapes, right? Escapes from Dima, but is taken back each time. But as he does that, he starts to gain notoriety within Dima, within the people, the citizens of Dima.
Right.
He starts to kind of get like, oh, it's that Clancy guy.
Yeah, it's the guy that gets away and keeps coming back. Yeah.
He keeps escaping somehow.
Yeah.
We learn in some of the Clancy videos that people that escape get smeared, right? Which is the things that Nico is doing in the jumpsuit music video when he grabs onto his neck and smears him.
Yeah.
So Clancy escaping is very evident because he's smeared. So people know, but he's starting to become popular. Okay. Of course, the bishops can't have that, right?
No.
So they decide to use him as propaganda against the citizens. In the Clancy letters, we learn that he agrees to help them, knowing that he can at least create something. So he doesn't want to, but he's like, at least I get to create in turn.
I don't know if I should say this right now or wait, but my brain is just exploding right now because I have a thought.
Go ahead. I don't want you to lose it.
Everyone's talking about Clancy becoming the 10th bishop.
Right.
Well, there's only 8 because Keons is dead.
Right.
But based on what you just said about Keons's, sounds weird to say, his character and how people looked at him and everything else, Clancy's going to become him.
Mm-hmm. That's a theory.
And use his powers for good, which I said a while ago, a couple episodes ago, is that's if he does become a bishop, I think he's going to become this reformist bishop and reform Dima to be not such a bad place.
So that is a theory. And I am going to mention it in a little bit.
Okay.
But that is a theory, yes. You are correct on that. So back to the story. I said that he told the bishops he'd help them because at least he can create something. And as we know, Tyler / Clancy, creativity is like what helps them get out of this cycle, right?
Yep.
So being able to create is something that would be appealing, I would think. Okay. Each day for months, he's brought to a room to write, and he's always watched by some of the bishops. So he mentions that at some point there's 8 of them, some point there's 3 of them, but Nico is never one of them. He made sure to say that. But what we do know is that at the end of each day, Keons comes in, collects his writing, and then takes him back to his cell. So the thing that he's in, Nico and the Niners, when he's in that room.
Yeah.
He takes him back to that.
Okay.
At the end of each day. It isn't said anywhere, so it's not in the letters. It's not in anyone's theory that I've read so far. But my brain started going crazy, and I'm thinking that this alone time, the going back and forth from the cell to the writing room, is where Clancy and Keons have a chance to devise a plan to finally get Clancy out.
Okay. I can see that.
The writing that Tyler does is used, Clancy, is used for a show, like a variety show called Good Day Dima. It's the live stream experience. If you haven't seen it, it's really hard to find, but it's out there.
Yeah.
It's also what's released as Scaled and Icy.
Correct.
We're told this album is a propaganda album. It's wildly successful in Dima. Everybody watched it. Everybody loved it. Scaled and Icy was great. Everyone loved it. Apparently in Dima, not so much here.
Yeah.
So following that success, the bishops wanted to celebrate. So for their next Glorious Gone gathering, I'm going to call it that for now because I can't remember the actual name of
what
it.
A terrible party to go to.
I don't remember what it's called right now.
Yeah.
But for their next gathering of the bishops, they decide they're going to celebrate and have Clancy perform for them on the submarine. So that's the Saturday video.
Yeah.
So he's performing as part of their celebration. It is during the celebration that Keons seizes the dragon trash.
Right.
I just want to give you this little side tidbit that I thought was kind of cool. In one of the interviews that Tyler has done, he actually comes out and says that in Dima, trash dragon is slang for a vulture.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So I'm thinking that's where we get trash from.
Yeah, because they're always picking
why is it called trash?
I got you. Yeah, and vultures are always picking at garbage and roadkill and whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Trash destroys the submarine, sinks everyone on it, but not before fake bishops are put on the submarine to spy against Keons. I'm guessing they figured something out. Maybe like, so in the live stream experience, Clancy does, I keep saying Tyler, Clancy does car radio, and the car goes on fire and it kind of like is a little bit of chaos.
Yeah.
And that's when Sally and what's his name? I don't remember the guy's name.
Ed, I think.
No. Dan?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
They come out like totally disheveled and, obviously something's not right, but they're like, yay, everything's great.
Like
trying
zombies,
trying to like make it seem like everything's okay. So I'm thinking they figured it out during that part. is my thought. But basically they figured out that he's helping him and then plot to kill him. Clancy escapes and receives help from the Neds, who are in cahoots with Keons. I just learned this today. I am today years old.
What do you mean they're in cahoots with them?
I'm going to tell you right now.
Okay.
You want to know how I know this?
Google.
Because there's a letter.
What?
There is a letter that is pinned to the wall in Ned's cozy fireplace.
Oh, I think I remember this.
Hearing about this, but I didn't really dig deep into it and figure out. People were like all excited about it. I'm like, okay, I really don't get what that means.
Yeah, at that time we didn't really,
But now I figured it out.
Doesn't it say like Dear Keons or something?
It's set, no.
Oh, okay.
First of all, we got to do another episode on Ned, the fireplace, because I had no idea
there was
much
in there.
Much stuff in it. I thought it was like, oh, cute, it's that, but no, it's like a whole thing apparently.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna do an episode on that for sure, because there's so much to unpack.
So much.
Anyway, yeah. So it also tells us that they're all Neds. Remember, we were like, are they Nedbert? Are they Nedithy? Are they Nadina? No, they're actually all Ned.
And it stands for a neurological expansion device?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So they are all Ned because the letter is from Ned to Ned.
Ah, That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, the letter says, Ned saw Clancy and Torchbearer just like Keons said. Hope you're well, Ned. So, Keons told Neds to help Clancy learn how to seize with the antlers. He knew that's where they would go, ask them to help. So Keons was in on this whole situation.
Gotcha. And is that where we get the transparencies and overcompensate? Did Keons like make Clancy a lesson plan, if you will?
That would be cool.
With all the drawings and everything. That's a really
good thought. That's maybe something that could have been going on while they were in that room. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he made it for him and left it for him that he can go teach the citizens this is what we need to do.
Yeah. I like that.
He's got a friend on the inside.
And this is where we're going to get into a part where I haven't really found any research to back this up, but this is what my personal belief is. I think Keons sacrificed himself so that Clancy could realize his own power, because now Clancy could seize his body. So unless Keons died, Clancy wouldn't have a body to seize that would be there with the bishops.
Yeah.
He would have to seize a body and then go find them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
But by seizing Keons' body, he's already there because he's in the meeting room with them. So I think this was Keons' plan all along. Like, he knew he had to die so that Clancy could do this and realize that he has this power.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow. This is getting...
So that's my thought.
Everything's coming together here.
I know.
I love this.
It's great. As we remember, he seizes Keons' body, knocks over that light, the 8th light, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which starts the fire with Indima. So I think this is, again, all of Keons' plan.
Yeah.
To get this to happen all along. Which also tells me that he knew Clancy was the exception and he knew his fate the whole time. And that's where your theory comes in.
Yeah.
That I believe. This is another theory, is that he's supposed to take over for him. Because like we said, this whole entire time, he's been the most gracious, the most kind of all of the bishops, which in turn tells me that he has been able to block out that blurry face part of himself.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
All the bishops have given in to all of these bad insecurities, and that's why they're so mean and oppressive. They want all of that for their citizens, but I feel like he's starting to learn how to back away from that part of his insecurity and accept it, like we're saying Clancy is doing.
Yeah, this is like Star Wars.
I think he sees Clancy as he's the exception. He knows he's the exception. He knows what his fate is. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to sacrifice myself so that he can take over and continue being stronger where I wasn't as strong.
Yeah. So, this is like Star Wars. There's still good in him. This is Darth Vader.
It's crazy.
Keons is Darth Vader.
Oh my gosh. That'd be cool.
This is incredible.
All right. So that's Keons. He has such a huge part in the story. I mean, I kind of knew he was special because he, gets his own, we get to see his face. There's a few of the bishops we don't really see their face, which we'll get into in a little bit. But I'm going to move on now to Riestro. He's the 8th bishop and represented by the song Doubt, where it says temperature is dropping. And he represents Tyler's fear of losing his faith. Interestingly enough, Riestro has the tallest of the 9 towers and is in the center of all of the other towers. So have you ever seen the picture of Dima?
Yeah.
Like from the outside, like kind of how it kind of looks front facing and not, we see it from the top all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's really hard to tell from the top that all the towers are different. I had no idea that they were different heights until we got the music video for Overcompensate.
Yeah. And then in the show, the backdrop during the navigating or whatever has a front facing view. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So based on the circles and where they are on the album and then turning them so that east is up.
Yeah.
We can see where each tower, like what each bishop's tower is.
Yeah.
So Riestro has the tallest one right in the center. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
Okay. There really wasn't a lot of information on Riestro, but I think it's because he sits and observes from the top. He doesn't really participate. I think he's more of a watcher.
He's like the manager?
Yeah. I think in groups of people, you have the person that's the immediate leader and you have the person that's like their little sidekick follower.
Yeah.
And we'll like, come on, guys, let's do what this leader says. They're a cheerleader, right?
Yeah.
And then you have people that have jobs and they do certain things, but there's always that one person that just kind of sits back and just observes.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like that a lot. I just kind of want to watch and see what other people are doing. And then as I get more comfortable, like I might start being more vocal, but I feel like that's how Riestro is. He's just watching. He has the tallest vantage point. He can see everything.
Yeah.
Because he's the tallest. So I think that's why we don't have a lot of information. He doesn't really join in a lot. It's believed that he may have always been a good bishop. And here's why. I'm not great at riddles or puzzles. I gotta have clues out for me.
That's really hard being a fan of this band. You gotta figure out everything.
Right? But some of you out there are amazing.
Yeah.
It's
not me.
The smallest, tiniest little, you know what it is? Like I'm good at understanding clues that people leave, like that Tyler leaves in like words and metaphors and things.
Yeah.
But when it comes to diagrams and mathematical thingies, I can't. I'm so bad at it. Like I said, though, there are some people out there that are fantastic. And they figured out the clue east is up meant that you had to rotate the map. And we know this. We've heard this before. Of the towers a certain way, which would give the citizens of Dima a clear map of the exit so that they could escape. So that's why Clancy says east is up as a clue. So that they knew, turn it so you can see how to get out.
Okay.
Because in Dima, there's a gap in the east wall, I guess. And that's where people are escaping.
Of course there is, yeah.
Okay. Of course there is, right?
You gotta have a way to get out.
Right? Like you do. This map explained that, like I just said, there's a gap in the east wall of Dima. The only way to get through would be going through Riestro's district. Now you're probably wondering how that means he might be good, because, I mentioned that I think he might be a good bishop. Well, here's another interesting observation about the map of Dima. When you divide the towers of dead, so if you look at the map, it's like that. There's like the circles in the center, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's like these lines kind of coming out vertically from the towers.
Yeah.
Those are the towers of dead. In each of the districts, they have 4 of them. So if you divide it up evenly, there's 4, 4, 4, like all along.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Except for one.
His. Ah.
Yes. So I believe he has less towers of dead because people in that district are escaping.
Okay.
And I think he's letting them.
Or maybe he can't see them because he's too high up.
That's what I'm saying, though. He has the best vantage point. He would be able to see people getting out easier than anyone else would.
So he's just not paying attention?
I think he's letting them.
And maybe he volunteered for this role because he is the good bishop.
That's what I'm saying.
Just going to turn a blind eye. Hey, guys, I'll take watch.
I think he's letting them escape. I don't think we've heard the last of Riestro. I think we're going to see his relevance coming up soon.
Well, maybe if Clancy really does become the replacement for Keons. Maybe they team up together.
So I'm thinking Clancy's going to need some backup in the Bishop world. So yeah, Riestro's interesting. It sounds like he's not important, but I think there's something there.
He's just going to go up and say, hey, bro, you want to be my backup bishop, my BB?
Sure. Yeah. So that's what I have to say about Keons and Riestro.
That was really good, babe. Nice.
Thanks, hon.
I like that because it was it proved some of my theories right. So that's why I'm really on board with this one.
I love that.
I love being told I might be right. That doesn't happen a lot in marriage, so that's good.
So next week, I'm going to do Listo and Sakarver, I think.
Now I'm really excited to find out the end of this story to see if I'm right.
Yeah.
If it is, we're going to go out and celebrate. We're going to have like a nice dinner or something.
It will be very fun to be able to come back and be like, oh, this is what we got right. This is what
called
we were
it. That's
totally
right.
wrong on.
I got it right. I'm a new fan and I got it.
I think every time that I have an idea and I post it, I'm like, heard it here first.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
yeah, you almost have to claim it.
If it's right, it was me.
Yeah.
If it's wrong, I found it somewhere else.
All right. Well, now we can come up for air from the lore deep dive.
Yes. Our submarine is resurfacing.
Yeah, we'll jump into the Song of the Week.
Song of the Week.
Hey, what's the first rule of
Fight Club?
Regional at Best?
Oh.
We don't talk about Regional at Best.
Oh, so it's the same as Fight Club.
Yeah, because for some reason there's something weird going on with the record companies and whatever. I don't know.
Have you ever seen them in an interview when someone brings it up? They're like, they don't want to talk about it.
Well, in the Vessel 10-year live stream they said, story time, we're going to talk about Regional at Best, and they kind of just put it to bed.
Mm-hmm.
But now there's a lot of people saying that because they have their own label forming, that whatever, they're going to release it. I don't know.
Who knows? I personally would love to hear them re-recorded with Tyler's more mature voice now. I think they would rock, because the ones we hear when he does like B stage, chef's kiss.
Yeah, well, I think they've both said that the album is just underproduced on purpose. They just did it quickly so they could get
but it's not that
money and have people.
His voice has matured so much. He's
for
learned how to control it a lot better than he did before. Remember when we first started, like you first started listening to them, I'm like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
It was mostly self-titled, but his voice
I want them
like
to redo that one.
Really nasally to me. I mean, now I appreciate it because I know him and I can almost like close my eyes and see exactly what his face must look like while he's singing these songs. So I appreciate it now. But as someone who didn't understand what was happening and realized that he's writing these songs as a teenager and like all this other stuff, it was not great for me.
Yeah.
Now I appreciate it.
Yeah. And I kind of like the underproduced sound of this album. Like the songs that are also on Vessel, Guns for Hands, Trees, whatever. I like the way these ones sound. Yeah, I know it. That one's a little weird, and it got a facelift for sure on Vessel for the better. But I don't know. I like the raw sound of it.
Yeah,
you know. So anyway, the song of the week, brought to you by me, is "Forest" from Regional at Best.
Forest.
And so my first bullet point of lyrics, I just wanted to start out by going, "Ooh, ooh."
Oh my gosh, that was not good.
That's good, right? That's my favorite lyric. Sing it all the time.
Did you see me like,
what was that?
Because I wasn't even like looking at you. That caught me way off guard. It was good though. Thank you, honey.
Anyway, it's Forest. What's in Forest? What's in a forest? Trees.
Trees.
Yeah. Shrubbery. Bushes.
Like
greenery.
The band?
Not the band Bush. No Gavin Rosdale hanging out in the forest.
That would be really cool if you just came across Bush though, like in the forest. Like, what?
Yeah, no former presidents, nothing like that.
If Bush is in the forest and there's nobody to hear them, do they make a sound?
Maybe they should be in the forest.
Ouch.
Anyway.
That deserves that deserves the button, I think.
Thanks. Wow, what a compliment. All right. Anyway.
Moving on.
Also on this album, Trees.
Yes.
Any similarities there, you think?
Yeah.
So some say, and including one of the sources I looked at for this before I started drawing my own opinions, is the Pop Song Professor.
Mm-hmm.
I've mentioned him before, but his YouTube channel has old episodes, new episodes, whatever. Just trying to bring a deeper meaning to pop songs or popular songs out there.
Right.
He was saying that Trees seems to be like one person's search for God.
Sure.
And Forest seems to be a group. And a forest is a grouping of trees. So I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to draw that conclusion.
I like it.
All right. The first verse really looks introspectively as he questions some things. Does it bother anyone else that someone else has your name? Is he questioning his individuality, perhaps? Who's he really? What? What is going on here?
Who is he really compared to others?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. There's been so many typos. I wasn't sure if that's right. When I hear this and I was doing this deep dive, I was thinking maybe it's what you were talking about during Trapdoor, the breakdown we did of Trapdoor, where right. is he talking about his last name and not his first name?
Yeah.
Because there's other people, obviously, that share the same last name as him within his family. Is he questioning who he is in that mix of people? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I wonder what he's going for there. But that first verse, he's really questioning that. Like, who am I? Right?
Yeah.
He says, I don't want to be heard. I want to be listened to. That sentence lyrics hits me hard.
Yeah.
And you're giving me a look, but it's not just you. It's one of my strongest memories of my childhood, unfortunately, is that I was always fighting to be listened to. I was constantly trying to get my mom's attention. And I was closer to my mother than my father.
Right.
But I was always trying to I'd say something and feel like nobody was listening because they're doing other things, whatever. I'd get no response. So I'd say it again. Finally, I'm like, Mom, listen to me. And then I felt like I was being heard, but not listened to.
Right.
And I've carried that forward into my adult life with you. Mm-hmm. You know very well. If the kids don't listen to me, I get pissed. I want to be listened to and have my words have some value at work and in social settings. So it's like this is a deep cut for me, you know, and it sticks with me every day. And so when he says that, those lyrics, really hits home for me. Because I think that's something we all strive for, but if you're not listened to and you have some kind of trauma associated with that, it's bad. It's really bad, you know. The next one he says, the stomach in my brain, we all have one of those, right? We're feeding it with information.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what the right word is. Metaphorically, it's a stomach being fed information. Sometimes we're feeding it with some very unhealthy things.
Yeah.
Make our stomachs upset, whether it's suicidal thoughts or these bad memories, these traumas you hold on to, you're feeding them in there, and your stomach and your brain sometimes gets upset. We jump into the pre-chorus and he says, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. I think that's what we wanted it to say, but it doesn't say that. It says we all scream because we're terrified of what's around the corner. I think this is Tyler recognizing that he's not necessarily alone in his thoughts and feelings about life, and he's acknowledging that everyone shares an uncertainty about the unknown, the future, about what's around the corner. I know I do. We don't know what's around the corner. And so there's a certain amount of anxiety associated with that, naturally. And then he says, so let's think of something better. I think he's encouraging us to think of something that will allow us to not be so afraid of what's around the corner. So try, right here, he's kind of building us up. Like we have all these scary thoughts that we're feeding the stomach and our brain, but let's try to think of something better to ease that anxiety a little bit.
He does that a lot, turning those thoughts into something else, leaking guns for hands. And he's like, there's hope out the window. So let's go there. Let's listen to the beat together. Let's get through this together.
And I think he's doing that because he's telling himself that through the lyrics. Like we're helping each other here.
Right.
He's saying that to try to help us. But I think he's also doing it to help himself.
And what's interesting is that's a psychological, I don't want to say trick. Trick is not the right word. What's the word I'm looking for?
It's like
tool?
Yeah.
I think tool is a better way to say it. It's cognitive behavior where
it's like a psychological
when you have something negative that you're thinking about, that you're dwelling on, that's traumatic for you or whatever, turn it around and really talk to yourself about, is this really true? Am I seeing something that's not there? What is the evidence behind all of this stuff? And get yourself out of that dark thought.
Yeah.
So maybe he's,
and I think what both
instinctively knows to do that, or maybe he's been through some therapy before.
Oh, maybe.
Who knows?
But I think what both of these guys have figured out, for our benefit, thank you, that while they're helping themselves, they can help others.
Yeah.
Because we're all going through this, you know. So now we get into the chorus, which is down in the forest. We'll sing a chorus, one that everybody knows, hands held higher. We'll be on fire singing songs that nobody wrote. This was like a light bulb for me. What does that sound like to you? If you close your eyes and visualize that. A group of people all singing a song together. We don't know who wrote it, but we know it. Our hands are up. We're waving. What does that sound like?
Well, I don't feel like I should answer because you have it written right here.
No, I want you to answer. It's fine.
But yes, it did make me think of church.
Yeah, and I never thought of this song that way until I really analyzed these lyrics a couple days ago to do this show.
Yeah.
That's church.
Yeah.
We don't know who wrote the songs in the hymnals. I'm sure they have somebody's name, but we don't know. But we just know that this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And we just sing it. And in some, Christian denominations or whatever, people put their hands up. They feel on fire, you know what I mean? Like Switchfoot's lyrics. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, this song's about church. Song's about religion. In the forest with these other people, we're looking for something better, which is maybe God to help us through these things.
Perhaps. I'm going to take it one step further. When he says singing songs that nobody wrote, it makes me think of prayer.
Yeah.
In prayer, you're supposed to be, the thought is that you're lifting your heart and your thoughts to God. And it's a personal conversation between you and God. It's not everyone else that's
so they're not actually singing a song. They're singing their prayers.
Right. And in this quiet time between you and your higher power, whoever you believe in, you're supposed to be open to clarity, to hearing what they want you to hear.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Maybe the Holy Spirit comes down if you're of that faction or some other thing.
I like that a lot.
To give you those answers, but you're meant to be open to what the Lord has to say. And that made me think of when he sings Sing My Soul in Good Day, so I'm going to sing my soul.
Yeah.
It's how Tyler expresses his inner thoughts is through song.
Yeah.
It's like his prayers, his personal thoughts that he's lifting to us.
Right.
Telling us what's in his heart. So when he says songs that nobody wrote, it's because nobody's writing them down. They're not for everyone to see. They're personal to you.
Right.
Like your prayer.
But I think that's a great segue into the second verse where he says, my brain's given up. White flags are hoisted. I took some food for thought. It might be poison. I think what he's trying to say here is that he's taking in this information and he's giving up because he can't figure out what it is. So I'm going to put it down on paper. I'm going to make it into a song and try to sing about it because, as we know, through his creativity is what helps him overcome these things. And so he's going to put it out in the form of poetry / music.
And I think we hear in Heavy Dirty Soul, he has to clean his mind. I think having all those thoughts stuck in his brain is what makes him feel sick, makes him feel not okay. So throwing them up on the page gets them out of his mind to be more clear and be able to express them. So holding them in is bad for him.
Yeah, and I also think this...
you don't want to hold in a stomach ache or whatever. You want to get it out.
Right. So. I also think some of this verse has to do with him questioning his faith, which we've seen in his writing before, in doubt. Mm-hmm. And so that's the poison, I guess.
Yeah.
And so he's going to put it all out there in the form of a song. So then we move to the bridge, which is also a rap where it says, quickly moving towards a storm, moving forward, torn into pieces over reasons of what these storms are for. Mm. I think he's trying to move on, but torn by what his thoughts have been during this process. He's keeps going back and forth, this inner struggle, which we know from other songs that he's got a lot of these storms in his head, balancing faith, balancing the industry, whatever, a lot of storms. He then says, I don't understand why everything I adore takes a different form when I squint my eyes. We squint our eyes when we're trying to see better, right? Mm-hmm. Something far away. We actually see it and then it takes a different form sometimes. Oh, that's not what I thought I saw until I squinted my eyes and saw it clearer. When we actually see it, it takes a different form. And this is Tyler really taking a hard look at life, I think. His faith, his family, everything, and trying to figure out what it all means. Because when he's just looking, he sees all this stuff. But if you really focus on those relationships, that faith, whatever, it takes on a different form.
Yeah. And I think you, of all people, can understand looking too hard into things that you don't need to.
Yeah.
Which can cause turmoil, storms. Mm-hmm. And you wonder, like, what am I even doing this for? Like, what is the point of this?
Yeah.
And I think, like, exactly what you said. He's saying, like, when you try too hard and, like, really focus, sometimes it's not exactly what you thought it was going to be. And sometimes it's worth it and sometimes it's not worth it.
You know, not to get too personal, but with my own family dynamic, I did take a closer look and realize it's not what I thought it was, you know.
Yeah.
Which I think has helped me in the long run, but still.
Sure.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I overthink things by looking too hard at things. So next he asks us if we've done that too. And he says, and then when just enough light, is that God coming into his eyelashes, his eye, to make him see it
more
the
clearly.
right way or more clearly? He says, you realize you're not who you're supposed to be.
Yeah. When we have God showing us the light, the right way to be.
And I think sometimes when we're looking and squinting and trying to see, we realize that we maybe aren't the best versions of ourselves, like you said.
Exactly.
If I'm looking too hard at things. He says, this is not what you're supposed to see. Please remember me. I am supposed to be a king of a kingdom or swinging on a swing. Sometimes something happened to my imagination. This situation's becoming dire. My treehouse is on fire. And for some reason, I smell gas on my hands. This is not what I had planned. Mm-hmm. I think that has to do with he's looking and, oh crap, I did this to myself. I've burned down my treehouse. This could also be kind of him feeling the pressures of adulthood and taking a look at mental health and realizing that he's losing his youth. Because in our youth, we hang out in tree houses and have fun and play around in the forest where it's fun and magical. Mm-hmm. But now when we start taking that introspective look, we're actually burning down those things we felt were safe and fun.
Yeah.
Kind of scary to think of it that way.
Sure.
But again, I think that's all of us. We light these fires ourselves with our thoughts, you know. I think the gas on his hand, like I said, is his realization that we can sabotage ourselves, you know. Mm-hmm. So.
That's what I was going to say.
I know. I just realized that. Anyway, that's my my song of the week. I will hear it differently from now on all the time.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, again, I mean, I just wanted to get back to the gas on my hands thing. You hit it like right on the head that we do this to ourselves sometimes. We can sabotage ourselves. It made me think of Choker when he says self-sabotage is a sweet romance.
Yeah.
Like we all have this need for drama. You know what I'm saying? He literally starts the song with, I don't know why I feed on emotion.
Yeah. But we all do, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Especially when things are going well. We want to like, oh, this is too good. Like, this is not great.
Yeah, this can't be real.
We need to, you know, shake it up a little bit.
Yeah. It can't be real that it's this good. I know that's what I do.
Right. And he talks about a tree house, which it totally makes sense because he's in a forest, right? That's what kind of house you'd have. You'd have a tree house. But to me, it's that quintessential childhood dream. Like we all want that really cool tree house. It's like ours and like makes us feel independent.
Yeah, we have ownership of something.
Right? It's like, our space. We have this cool place. It's ours. And I feel like the central theme in this song is childhood. The chorus with the I scream, you scream part.
Yeah.
Like you just said, it makes us think of the ice cream song.
Yeah.
The kids are super excited about ice cream, right? And he talks about being a king of a kingdom, swinging on a swing.
Playground.
You know, playground, being a kid, like, oh, I'm the king. And, you know, we're all imagining things. But something has happened to his imagination. And that's the thing that happens to us all as kids. We lose that blind belief in things.
Yeah. As the real world
we've
creeps
seen
in.
it with our kids as now they're older and Santa is not real, you know? Yeah. Whereas when you're a kid, you like completely believe that this being can come and visit everybody in one night without any questions whatsoever.
Yeah. And if I want to eat, I have to buy the food and make it. Mom's not there to do it for me anymore.
Right. So I think that's how it ties into his faith. He doesn't want to lose that belief he has in God. Because that's exactly what faith is. It's believing without seeing.
Yeah.
We can't prove it, but we have to believe, we have to feel for ourselves. And like I just said, that's something we lose as a child. It goes away as we get older. Our imagination is just gone.
Yeah.
So I think it's his cry out too of like, I'm doing this to myself in like looking too deeply into things and trying to see how this might not be true. I need to get back to my childhood self of just that belief that I had before.
Which is interesting because I would say that him with his songwriting and some of those great actors we know out there, which we've mentioned before, who unfortunately, I don't know, lose their wits or whatever it is and end up harming themselves. They're your most creative, your most imaginative. Mm-hmm. Like I would say Tyler's imagination is very strong.
Yes, for sure.
So he didn't lose that, but amidst all that great imagination is all this trauma and fear and doubt and everything else. Like why does he have that? You don't have that as a kid. Everything's great as a kid when you're imagining your spacecraft and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think some people are just predisposed to feeling things more. And that's our most imaginative people, our eccentric people, or people like, look at all the great artists and the people who are really good at what they do. They're all really eccentric.
And why do so many of them turn to suicide or something like that?
I think because they all have these battles that they
it's exhausting.
Feel strongly, like really strongly, more strongly than other people.
So they feel the other side just as strong as they feel the imagination.
Yeah, they just feel so much. And sometimes it gets like really hard. It's like a lot of pressure to feel all of that and to be all of these things for, I mean, look at how much Tyler, and I'm sure people don't mean it that way. They just really want him to know how important he is to them. But like, can you imagine hundreds of thousands of people telling you all the time, you saved my life?
Yeah.
Like that's so much burden on someone.
And he's also just trying to save his own.
And if he's exactly. And if he's anything like me, for example, I tell you all the time, I feel very strongly that I'm an empath. I'm somebody who feels very strongly for so many things. I can feel what other people are feeling.
Yeah.
Even if I don't believe in it. And so it's hard for me sometimes too, to be like, oh, well, that's wrong. This is right. Because I can see the sides of other people, but I can imagine just Tyler saying like, I just don't want to do this anymore, but having that pressure of like, but if I stop, then there's all these people who are counting on me.
Yeah. Or even if you don't stop, if you put out a bad product and you feel like you let them down, you know what I mean?
Right. So I can't imagine, like, can you imagine having that pressure? And if you don't have the strong support system or therapy or things that help you cope with all of that stuff, you can go off the deep end.
Anyway, yeah, there's a exercise we've done in like management and leadership where it talks about list all the things that you are and get really granular with it. Like, you know, I'm a man, I'm a son, I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that, I'm that. You're all these things. And then you add on the, like you mentioned, the extra pressure of being all these things to millions of people.
Yeah.
On top of all the things you are just to your family, just to your own little family unit, just to yourself.
Yeah.
It's a lot, man.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Gets to be a lot of pressure.
Well, we kind of did this to ourselves with this podcast. We're now responsible for all 30 of our listeners.
But it's our therapy. We're letting it all out.
It is.
Throwing it up on the page, on the microphone.
Yeah. And we hope you like our throw up.
Please enjoy my vomit.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, that does it for this episode. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. The Bishops thing was incredible. Can't wait to get into more of that.
Thanks.
I really love it. I
I've
think
been
this was
enjoying
good.
it. It's been really exciting.
Yeah. And to keep with our kind of tradition, I think this was good. You did a good job.
Episode.
Yeah, good job. This one really slaps. I think everyone should listen to it and download it and share it with your friends and make us go viral because we're really good.
Absolutely.
We're awesome. And if we're awesome, so are you because we are Clique Bait and so are you.
Stay alive, friends.